Yo, what's up guys, it's NLW here, back again with another video. Now tomorrow, Metal will return to your screens, but it's been a while since Metal has aired. In fact, the last episode was back in the middle of November, so naturally many of you may have forgotten what's been going on the show. So this video is going to get you up to speed with what's been happening on Metal. Last year, I made a real effort to try and make it more exciting, bigger matches and storylines, and you guys have responded very well to that. So in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the key storylines on Metal as we head into our next pay-per-view event. It's Metal exclusive and it's called Ungovernable, which will air in April on YouTube and will be available to view on Patreon in March. I've already filmed many of the matches for it and I have to say it's one of the best pay-per-views I've ever made in my opinion. Now let's start off with who's at the top of the brand at the moment. He is the Metalweight champion Tetsuya Naito. Naito has been champion since the Royal Rumble, where he cashed in Money in the Bank on Samoa Joe. A few months back, he celebrated beating Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. However, Samoa Joe, after a brutal no-holds-barred match against Kevin Owens, said he hadn't forgotten about what took place at the Rumble, and he wanted the next shot at Naito, and it was granted. It was one of the best matches of the year on Metal episode 64, Joe versus Naito. It ended when Naito was in the Kokida clutch. He was about to tap out, however, he hit a low blow on Samoa Joe, ensuring he may have lost the match, but he retained the title via disqualification. Samoa Joe was furious at this, attacking officials, and then the very next week, he went a step too far when he attacked Naito in the parking lot, through a car door at the commissioner, and the commissioner said he had no choice but to suspend Samoa Joe for attacking officials the previous week. And you know that Joe will be at home stewing over what took place. When he comes back, he is certainly going to be after Naito. But Naito has kept himself busy in the interim. He beat AJ Styles in another fantastic match. He also got under the skin of the monster among men, Braun Strowman, when he nearly hit him with a car, and Braun Strowman's freaky strength tipping the car over. Look out for Braun tomorrow on Metal as he goes looking for the Metalweight champion Tetsuya Naito. Let's also talk about another big story going down on Metal at the moment. It is between Jon Moxley and Kurt Angle. It all started when Moxley made his return to Metal, targeting Kurt Angle from the moment he stepped foot in the arena. The next few weeks, Moxley was getting under the skin of Angle, even going as far as to hitting a paradigm shift through a table backstage. Moxley stated in an interview on episode 68 of Metal that this wasn't personal. Rather, Moxley was just trying to use Kurt Angle as a stepping stone to the championship. And you have to believe that these two will face off sooner rather than later, especially after the last time they are in the ring together. Kurt Angle mimicked Moxley's return, coming through the crowd and hit Moxley with an Angle Slam standing tall. Moxley had just beaten Finn Balor, and you know what, let's move on to Finn Balor and the Balor Club. On that night, Balor also wanted revenge on Moxley. Moxley, after all, attacked him a few weeks back in his return, but he was about to beat Moxley when all of a sudden, Pete Dunne's music hit, and that was enough to distract Balor for Moxley to beat him. This rivalry between Finn and Pete Dunne goes back to Metal episode 63, when Dunne went to Finn, looked him in the eye, and said, "I am not afraid of you, I am not afraid of your gang." And lo and behold, later that evening, Dunne saved Shamrock from a beating at the hands of the Balor Club, and Finn Balor, on that night, wanted no part of Pete Dunne. In fact, when Pete Dunne went one-on-one with Ken Shamrock the following week, Balor once again tried to interfere, but for a second time, he ran away from Dunne. This is the first time we've seen Balor this apprehensive to fight someone. That was until Metal episode 68, Finn Balor defeating Ken Shamrock with the help of the Balor Club. Pete Dunne tried to make the save, but the Balor Club had wised up to him, and it was a setup. They attacked Pete Dunne and put him through the announce table. You know now that the Bruiserweight wants revenge on Finn Balor very, very soon. In fact, tomorrow on Metal, we'll see the return of the Lion's Den Steel Cage. You will win by submission or knockout only. It's going to be Finn Balor versus Ken Shamrock, this time inside the cage where the Balor Club can't interfere. Tune in tomorrow for that big-time Lion's Den main event. Also tomorrow, we're going to have Brody Lee in action, and, a little bit of a serious note, despite the tragic events in real life, Brody will remain a character on Metal for the next few weeks as it's already been filmed. Of course, if anybody is uncomfortable with that, I completely understand. You can skip those segments if you feel like it, but I feel like personally I want this to be a tribute to him and his life. Honestly, one of my favourite wrestlers ever, and I was devastated when I heard the news of his passing. He'll be very much missed by a lot of people. So again, if you don't want to sit through those segments, you can always skip those. But for now, I'd like to keep them in as a tribute because he was one of my favourites ever, and I want to keep him now as, the great wrestler that he was. So rest in peace, Brody Lee. You will be missed. And on Metal, as of late, he's been associating with Jake the Snake Roberts, his manager, and they've been targeting Rhino, so you'll see that story advance tomorrow on Metal as well. And another story that's actually been going down is the disintegration of the Four Horsemen. Ric Flair chewed out Cody Rhodes for failing to keep the Intercontinental Championship and kicked him out of the Horsemen, calling him a loser. This prompted Cody to fight back when Hangman Page turned his back on Cody and sided with Flair. And with Arn Anderson currently not involved in the picture, Hangman and Flair are the only two that remain of the Horsemen, and they've made it their mission to take out Cody Rhodes. Cody, on the other hand, is trying to do things the right way as a good guy, ensuring that Hangman and Flair don't continue to cheat as they tried to against Sami Zayn on our last episode. And speaking of Sami Zayn, he's going to be looking for a new challenger for his Intercontinental title after beating Chris Jericho. And in the women's division, Nia Jax has made a splash by attacking Trish Stratus in the locker room. Drew McIntyre's back. He's continuing an undefeated streak on Metal. The Miz, he's recruiting talent for his big Hollywood talent agency after already securing EC3 and Sean Spears' services. And finally, you will see Triple H tomorrow on Metal as he visits the brand as the new Executive Vice President and outlines his vision for the future of the company again. And what do you think he will say to the Commissioner? They have a very storied past, to say the least. Triple H was the one who took the Commissioner out in the first place. It will be very interesting to see how those two interact with each other. Find out what Triple H has in store for Metal tomorrow. Tune in for it. Metal episode 69. Triple H is going to be in the house, plus that big time main event with the Lions Den match. Finn Balor versus Ken Shamrock, 6 PM in the UK, 1 PM Eastern, 12 Central and 10 AM Pacific. Got a lot of exciting stories going on Metal that you won't want to miss, so tune in for the return tomorrow. I'd also like to say I've got a new second channel. We've already passed 200 subscribers, which is great. Would love to get to 1,000 soon. I'm posting episode clips, going to be remastering some old clips as well. Also got some action figure setups and potentially some unboxing, so do go and subscribe today. The link is in the description to my second channel, NLW Clips. And also don't forget the greatest Royal Rumble and NLW 24/7 50-man Rumble coming January 20th, so mark that down on your calendars. The next NLW episode also is going to not be this Saturday, but the Saturday after, continuing the new schedule of NLW and Metal, alternating Saturdays. And finally, thank you so much for 30,000 subscribers. That is an absolutely insane milestone to hit, and I'm so thankful for all of you guys. And what I will say is continue to like the videos, as it really helps get the channel out there and grow. Also, the more of you that comment, the more that other people get to see this video, and I love seeing your feedback. So comment below, what do you want to see from Metal in the new year? That's it from me. Check out Metal tomorrow, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys later.